Retired soldiers on Reddit, what was something that you saw or experienced that you never shared with anyone? Made a throwaway for this. I've never been able to tell my loved ones about this. Sometimes you want to spare them the knowledge of just how much darkness there is inside of you. I'm not sure how I feel about telling complete strangers either, but it's been burning a hole inside of me for some time now. I made the mistake of falling in love with a fellow Marine. We kept it a secret, of course, for professional reasons. We deployed together and still no one knew. We never touched each other, made eyes at each other, or ever did anything that would be inappropriate during the deployment, which was torture in and of itself. A few months into the deployment, we were passing out food, candy, and other supplies to a village. It was part of the whole hearts and minds thing. A little girl walked up to get some candy from the man I was in love with. She couldn't have been more than 6 years old. She was holding a doll that someone had given her, with an IED sewn into it. As soon as she took the candy from his hand, the IED detonated. It blew both of them apart instantly, injured 3 other people. I couldn't scream, I couldn't cry, I just remember watching it happen. I don't even remember hearing anything. I think the worst part was picking up the pieces of him afterward. Picking up his arms that had held me but were now in shreds. I don't even know how to describe what it felt like. It's so cliche to say, but a big piece of me died that day. Had a father bring his kid in who had got caught in crossfire. He brought his pillows, his blankets, everything to make him comfortable. We got him off the helicopter and just knew he wasn't going to make it. Bring him to the FST, work on him. He's not coming back. I look over and he's just staring at us sobbing. Huge, gasping sobs. You don't need to speak a different language to completely see absolute heartache and pain. I'm not a father, but that effed me up a bit. I've only told my wife, my therapist, and my mother what happened. I'm lucky I had someone there to save my life, but I resent him sometimes. I'm highly medicated for severe depression and anxiety disorder. I have no friends, no job, and some days find it hard to even get out of bed. I might leave the house once a week if I'm lucky. I can't enjoy the 4th of July or New Year's. I feel like I'm less of a human being because of what happened. I know other people cope with it better. I don't, and I hate myself that I can't cope better and be normal. Unfortunately, I feel like my family is
Alpha. Securing objective Bravo. Objective Alpha secure. Lead is ours. Enemy securing Delta. Objective Bravo secure. Securing Charlie. Objective Delta is compromised. Take it back.
Enemy vehicle here.
It's when you go to one helicopter, see how it's set up, then compare it to another
Enemy
helicopter.
securing Charlie.
Everything matches up. One day the chopper him and his crew were in charge of something malfunctioned.
Another vehicle.
They all died. He said it will always haunt him.
Objective Charlie is compromised. Take it back.
Something that could have saved those young men's lives. There was no enemy, no fire, no explosion. Something just malfunctioned and they crashed and died. He only ever brought it up once when we were taking a walk together and has never spoken of it since. I don't blame him. I saw one of my good friends who was going through an awful domestic issue / to be divorced in Iraq strangle a cat just to cope with the issue. He was a nice family guy at one point and eventually returned to that. He ended up going to jail when he got back because he tried to pull the gun out of an officer's holster. Should have checked him into the
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
We're taking Charlie.
Morning salvo of 3 rockets blew a tent near my bean hut to bits when I was in Afghanistan. I ran over to the Hesper in my sleep. After I had come to a little bit, I was checking what I had with me. This is the part
Securing
that I never
objective
really
Charlie.
shared with anyone else, but I didn't notice for a minute. I only had on my combat shirt, Kevlar, and weapon, and then was completely from the waist down. I was borking ends while crap was blowing up around us. It's all I could think of. I felt really awkward about it, even though I was seen naked by everyone there. I think I just really didn't want to be caught up in a fight without pants. It was racing through my mind. If there's a
Sniper,
breach,
stay
I need to
low.
get to my footlocker first and get some pants on. That was the first thing in my mind. luck in the laundry tent took but
Enemy vehicle
really
here.
put us back on clean clothes. The convoy was stopped in some dirt village. Sun was starting to go down.
Securing objective
Guys
Echo.
went into the building about 15 yards to the left. Bunch of
Enemies
Ticos
taking
came into the
Alpha.
village full of military-aged males.
Reloading!
Then went into the field full of long boxes.
Securing Charlie.
And scattered around various colors and buildings in said boxes. Gee, I wonder what is about
We've
to
lost
happen.
Alpha.
Man, I'm glad the rules of engagement won't let us do jack crap
Enemy
about this.
securing Bravo.
Just as the sun goes down, lo and behold, an ambush
We
from the
control
west with
Charlie.
rockets and RPK fire.
We control
Gunner
Echo.
is pointed west to right and doing what gunners do at times like this. The sun sets and twilight turns to dark. Full-on Star Wars mode is engaged. Tracers everywhere. The first
Resupply online.
Sniper's down.
Got moving
the
here.
second wave comes from east when the sun sets.
Loading.
A guy came out of the building to my left. They
Enemies
rocked
taking Bravo.
truck door and
Securing
put my
objective
objects on
Alpha.
the guy's chest.
Friendly counter UAV is online. Friendly UAV online. Friendly UAV on station. Our UAV is orbiting the area.
Got movement.
Blew them away
Moving here.
4 times zoom along with the small building. they
Objective
came out of.
Bravo is compromised.
I wonder
Take
about
it
the
back.
stories my maternal grandfather, who was
Enemies deployed a bomb drone. Enemy UAV overhead.
sent him to Stalingrad. All I know is that they told him to take the rifle of the guy he was
Friendly
following
mortar
should
strike on the
die,
way.
and that his shield
Friendly
was
precision
small.
airstrike inbound.
I'm
Friendly
loading.
UAV online.
In the Siberian mine, and says he was
Moving.
prisoner's fate.
Securing objective Delta. Enemies taking Charlie. Securing Alpha.
Took like shit.
We control Alpha. We control Delta.
Served ammo that day. What really gets me about it is that just
Secure Bravo. We're losing Charlie. We've taken the lead.
Friendly UAV on station.
Contact.
Enemy securing Alpha. We're losing Echo.
Friendly cruise missile deployed. Our counter UAV is
She
active.
was smiling broadly at me and waved at me empathetically. I just waved back. That little girl had the weight of the world on her shoulders and was smiling.
We're taking Bravo.
Moving here.
Enemy spotted.
That's the target.
Target down.
Look at the sniper here.
I see.
High alert
Switching
online.
bay.
Moving here.
Frag.
Moving here. Got movement.
We're losing Alpha. Enemy securing Bravo.
I see.
Our UAV is orbiting the area. Friendly UAV online.
Happy for the package. It's like, F man, we really effed crap up over there. What could we have done?
We
I
lost
see.
Bravo.
So inbound. Friendly counter UAV is on station.
Back home, my very first patient in Afghanistan was a 10-month girl. Asking for help. We checked her out and
Cruise
she
missile inbound.
whole of the skin from shoulder blade to waist on the back legs.
Hostile Overwatch helo in the area.
Objective Alpha is compromised. Take it back. Enemies taking Charlie. We're taking Alpha. Mission is half complete.
So bland
Secure
when
the
it happens,
victory.
but so wrong.
Hostile UAV in the area.
We're losing Delta.
Hostile overwatching low in the
The
area.
notion of everything is so bland when it happens, but so wrong when you
Securing
take a step
Alpha.
back. Whenever you have the money,
Friendly mortar strike inbound. Enemy UAV active.
in that moment, to conclude, done. First case, finding a football game in every person they ever had. They ever said, plans they ever had, or memories
Friendly VTOL on station.
Securing objective Alpha.
entire existence. TLDR.
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
Serving the military here in Finland as required by law, and there was this guy.
Movement in this area.
And we called him the Scoresman. His father had killed his mom.
Securing Alpha.
Well, Scoresman was always depressed, but he thought his mom had friends. Then 5 years after we got out, I get a message from an army friend who says that Scoresman had
Objective
hung
Alpha
himself
secure.
because his girlfriend had left him for another guy. I've accepted that there was nothing I could have done, but it still haunts me. Sometimes when I go out for a smoke, I still remember how he would ask me for a cigarette because he had misplaced his own. So I light a cigarette for him and place it on the side of the ashtray. That's my way to remember him. Edit. A big thanks to all who
Enemies taking Echo.
I'm taking fire!
A crowd ton of D's. Seriously, infantryman
Loading!
is running around butt naked. Serious answer? We're ordered to shoot/bayonet any bodies we came across because the militia
We've
had
lost
a habit
Echo.
of playing possum.
Friendly VTOL entering this sector.
Later.
I've got contact!
The bodies will just nasty overall, but you can't hold it.
Low on ammo!
Well, when you shoot, make an axe, you get your bloody body.
I need it! Enemy fight up here!
Now comes the nastiest smell and a disgusting liquid pus/goo. Jesus, nothing smells that bad, and the goo/pus gets all over your boots, uniform, or rifle, or God knows how much vomit was spewed forth. Many memories.
Securing objective Bravo.
Hostile UAV in the area.
5mm, 40mm,
Cover deployed!
55mm, 56, 56, or 9mm rounds. There usually wasn't much left.
Control Bravo.
What was left was
Our
also
counter UAV is active.
Securing Echo.
attacked body. It was either alive and waiting or had been passed over by the dogs. Posting this on a throwaway account. Long story short, killed an entire family during the
Friendly
Vietnam
UAV
War without
online.
showing a single emotion. We were insensitive to even the most gut-churning things you could ever imagine. A father, mother, and 2 daughters.
Friendly UAV on
Give a crap
station.
If it had been nothing but school children
Follow
in
the
that house,
vehicle.
everyone had to die. They were accused of harboring weapons for the Viet Cong. I had nightmares.
Reloading!
Enemy
Whether
securing
you
Delta.
volunteered or were drafted, I'm sorry you were put in that situation.
I see.
And reading this thread has been a serious reminder that the cost of war is much greater than the money spent on the soldiers.
I'm loading!
Using a throwaway because I've never told anyone before and don't think I ever could. On a motorcade patrol in Afghanistan, our point vehicle
Friendly counter UAV is online.
We've lost
was
Delta.
thrown about 10 yards from the wreckage and impaled through the chest.
Enemies taking
His
Bravo.
face was blown half off. I'll never forget it. I recognized half of his face and the other half
Enemy
was
UAV
charred.
overhead.
He died.
Securing Delta.
About 2 years later, I finally got stateside and went to see his family.
Hostile Overwatch helo incoming.
Day when the letters stopped coming.
Enemy UAV active.
His 5-year-old daughter.
The enemy took Bravo.
I didn't know.
Friendly cruise missile deployed.
Head around halfway covered with a
I see!
Hostile
UAV in the area.
I even gave some to the other Iraqi prisoners we were watching at the time. It was one of the weird moments. Thinking about it, how strange it would be if your dead body was lying there and some guy came out.
Friendly UAV online.
Contact!
That morning, like most mornings, I figured jacket and go out to face the day. You die, and then some guy in the country casually takes them from you as you rise.
Our UAV is in the area.
Some guys that had crashed their airplane into a
Enemy
shallow
UAV
lake, got
active.
their bodies out and put them on
Rats
the
out!
only shade we had. Pop-up things, so hopefully they wouldn't stink too bad before they could be carried off. It was hot out, so we also stood under the shade around the bodies. Then food arrived that our captain had ordered for us, so we stood there and ate our lunch. A few minutes in, I realized how weird of a situation this was. These guys an hour
We're taking
earlier
Echo.
were
We're taking Delta.
I'm eating lunch over them like nothing is wrong. But I was hungry and they were dead.
We're losing Charlie.
An officer in my unit beat his wife to death, then nearly decapitated her with a blunt hunting knife. Sharp ones were around. Her son was in his all, but the officer sent him to school the next day anyway. He was used to hearing his mom get beat up like this, and
Objective Delta secure. Objective Echo secure.
of it.
The enemy took Charlie.
Possessions. He used a 300 Magnum to kill himself, and his brain.
Taking Charlie.
Skull fragments went to sea. Behind their bed, Jackson Holiday accidentally kicked a piece of his skull with my boot. It was on the floor, and I hadn't seen it. It didn't bother me anymore. I had to call for over
Friendly
2
counter
weeks of
UAV
people
is on
coming and
station.
Clean up the mess. By that point, the blood
UAV online.
smells sweet.
Hostile
Just
mortar strike incoming.
Changing
all wrapped into one.
Objective
Back in
Charlie
2004,
secure.
the first people I killed
We're gaining ground.
came from
Don't let up.
young man in close proximity to each other. The guy was armed, the girl wasn't, but the guy was on the 240
Enemy taking Alpha.
and fell
Enemy
like
vehicle here.
bullets that I guess shot at him. I was right.
We're losing Echo.
For me right then was I had this kind of sickening moment of total clarity where I thought I killed a woman before I've slept with one. I
All
didn't really
hunters,
feel different
mission
after,
accomplished.
but everything
Black
was
a job.
different. I was 19 at the time. I didn't have that same kind of nothing is different but everything is different sensation again until I actually did lose my virginity, which was a crappy thing to remember your first time being naked with somebody else. For years, I'd flashed to that moment right at the end of doing it. It still happens sometimes. Not me, an old coworker, not even sure if true. Anyways, it's a great story, so I'll tell you all about it. I guess my coworker was leading a patrol in Iraq during what I think he said was the Gulf War. While out on patrol, the guy up top on the gun spotted something quite odd in the binoculars and told them he was seeing the golden arches of McDonald's. Thinking the sun was baking his mind, he told him to come down and take a break, but the gunner insisted he take a look. So he obligated, and sure as hell, there they were as if they were back in the States. Naturally, they plotted out where it was on the map, and to their surprise, it was just over the border in Saudi Arabia. Now, they were on strict orders not to go into Saudi Arabia, but the men couldn't resist getting their burger on. So he radioed the trucks in his company to convoy on the McDonald's. When they got there, I guess no one spoke English, so they ordered by pointing to pictures and then retreated back to Iraq to have a feast. Needless to say, I guess every man that gorged themselves that day got sick from eating their first junk food in months. To this day, I have no idea if the story is true or not, but it is fun to hear and think about how a company of men invaded Saudi Arabia for McDonald's. Suicide bomber blew himself up in a crowded restaurant. 40 people.
It just felt like I was being put on a path to transition rather than him actually deeply exploring my issue.
People dead instantly. 150 wounded. Due to the fact that it was a civilian matter, we were ordered to let the Iraqis deal with it. They had no ability to in the slightest, and we watched as they bled to death of simple injuries. I remember a child watching me from about 20 feet away as he bled out. I saw a father cradling his son who had taken the full force of the blast and was nothing more than a leaking sack of charred meat. Worse, I saw Iraqis just not care. I lost my faith in that war right there. Not a soldier myself, no, but my grandpa was in Korea for a while as a tank gunner. He didn't talk about it much, but sometimes he'd just bring it up out of nowhere. One day we're talking about football or some BS, and he looks out of the window from his chair in front of the TV and says that one time he and his guys were on one side of a deep ravine, and they saw a person in the woods on the other. They knew North Koreans were in the area, so they were going to shoot the person and keep moving. Before they could shoot, the person turns and they see she has a kid riding on her back. She pulls the kid off and threw him/her off the side of the cliff. Then she jumped after it. He doesn't talk about the war. Only people that know this are the ones who
secure. Well, more. Enemy taking Charlie. Objective Echo secure. Enemies taking Bravo. We secured the lead.
Shoots out his engine. The guy finally stops. No kaboom. We go in and find out it's a taxi cab.
Objective
Driver's
Bravo
foot
is
had been
compromised.
shot off.
Take the losing Charlie.
Passenger is a woman with a baby. Thank the gods they were fine. Never did sort out why he didn't stop even after we fired tracers past his car. Same convoy, we got hit
We're
by
losing
insurgents
Delta.
firing RPGs and machine guns. I called in an airstrike. 7 insurgents taken out. Oldest was 18. Youngest was 40.
We've lost Charlie.
My unit came under fire trying to protect a medical
Securing
facility
Charlie.
in Iraq. Insurgents had us surrounded, and we had to choose between taking cover for ourselves or holding position and waiting for backup. We held the position. 3 of us took position behind a vehicle and engaged the enemy. We couldn't see who was
Charlie
firing.
secure.
I remember aiming my weapon at their position and pulling my trigger. I was the only one of the 3 of us to walk away from the battle. The 2 men who died next to me were good soldiers and good men. Both of them were better men than me. I'll never understand why I survived. Later on, I
We have
discovered
taken
that
the
some of
lead.
the enemies firing on us were children. I never found out whether or not I had killed a kid.
Enemies taking
This
Delta.
wasn't me, but my great uncle. He had a journal that this story was kept in, and no one knew it had happened until after he passed away. He was stationed in Vietnam, and there was a
Securing
girl,
objective Alpha.
11, that always used to spend time with the soldiers.
Vámonos!
They would give her treats and
Enemies
drinks and
securing
stuff like
Delta.
that. One day they were at their base and the girl
Mark
showed
the
up.
tank.
This was a little unusual since he usually saw her off base. On this day she was wearing a backpack.
Moving here.
My uncle was with his
Our more
commander
strike
while
is
she was getting
inbound.
closer. He was yelling to stop in fear of what was in the backpack.
Alpha secure.
She got closer and closer, smiling the whole time. The commander ordered my uncle to shoot. My uncle refused to do it, and the commander shot her right in front of him. In the backpack, there were colored-in pages from a coloring book that she was going to give to the soldiers,
Enemies taking
along
Charlie.
with some other toys. My uncle carried that inside to his home.
Woo! From way downtown.
Young punks who had to choose
Enemies
between
taking
war and
Echo.
prison, so he thought he'd choose the easy way. Huh. And went in the He was seriously effed up, man. Growing up and probably a
Resupply
sociopath
online.
to some degree. That war mentally killed him. He would tell us stories when we were still tiny. My mom had to leave him for all of our safety when I was 5. He spent most of my childhood.
Our UAV is
The
orbiting
story
the
that sticks
area.
out most to me isn't any of the ones he told me, but the one my grandma told me when I was a child. At some point, he came back home from 3 years in Vietnam with a full-blown addiction and what can only be severe PTSD. He couldn't function above the level of a 5-year-old mentally for months. She stayed with his mom and she took care of him. One night after a particularly bad nightmare, he told her about the rural Vietnamese girl he dated there. She had a daughter, his. The Viet Cong took the baby and quartered her live in front of the mother. The mother brought him the body and he gave her money for a funeral. I can't confirm if this is true or not, but my grandma told me he certainly believed it. I forgave him for a lot of crap after hearing that. Iraq, we were called out to go retrieve
Let's fight!
Got more fight ahead. Aircraft. Along the way, we saw a dead animal along the side of the road. We kept on and truck it. Then it came. First blast, the second one. 2 IEDs were tripwired together and dead. The truck in front of us was
Swapping mags.
the second one us. Everyone in the truck was with nails, broken
Friendly
glass,
cruise missile inbound.
but nobody was killed, thank God. 2 of the 3 soldiers lost body parts and we had to retrieve them.
Friendly UAV on station.
We're
losing Delta.
So we walked away with a bent bumper and blown tire. This was a traumatic experience for me being 18 and on my first deployment. I never experienced anything like the horror I felt when I saw that first truck hit the gate. You're running over to it thinking your 3 dead friends
We're losing Echo.
to be put into the ground. It's a scary world out there and people do sick things. I was on one of the first teams into Afghanistan in 2001.
Shit,
We were
bad
out
guys!
pretty much on our own with the majority of the time we were at the
Enemy
country
UAV
and
overhead.
standoffs. Big RPGs pointed at me, lots of AKs, not to mention the stink eye from quite a few people. One time we were given targets by our warlord and had a bunch of F-18s overhead waiting for us. Surrounded with 3,000 F-18s and a makeshift plane. Disposed of a bunch of unexploded ordnance, mortar rounds, artillery rounds, etc. after a
We're losing
truck
Charlie.
blew up in town under
We're losing
questionable
Alpha.
circumstances. share a lot of my stories with people, but the thing I rarely
Friendly
share
Wilson
is
online. Enemy UAV active.
My site's ready to kill.
Tyler, online.
During the Vietnam War was in a crew that was in one of those C-130 Hercules planes that carried supplies and fresh soldiers.
Friendly
to front
VTOL on
lines
station.
in the jungle and would bring back the wounded and dead from the front lines. During one supply run with about 100 soldiers, he met some guys that he had grown up with and gone to school with. We chatted it up and talked about meeting after they got back to the States. The plane landed and dropped everything off, picked up some dead soldiers, and headed back to the Navy. About 5 months later, my dad and his crew went on a supply drop to a different place, and the plane had to take back about 50 to 70 dead soldiers. While loading, he noticed one of the guys he chatted with from the supply drop 5 months ago.
Hostile
and asked
UAV
him
in the
how he
area.
was doing. The guy was obviously shaken up, according to my dad. The guy then said that the unit he was in was ambushed. Only 2 guys made it out. None of the guys my dad grew up with made it out. My dad had to load the bodies of the 3 guys he had just talked to 5 months ago.
Friendly UAV online.
Story in the comments.
Our
I would
UAV
love
is
to
orbiting
be
the
on
area.
that.
You have it to mission complete. Keep it up.
Like and subscribe.
On a very special team.
Sniper training paid off.
Switch your car insurance to Progressive and you could save hundreds.
We control Echo.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds.
Friendly UAV on station. Enemy UAV overhead.
This is John.
Surprise, cabron.
Today we're doing a 1-hour video.
Enemy securing Charlie.
Terrifying moments that filmed straight out of a horror movie. Subscribe. Enjoy the video. I was working a late shift at this facility at about 1 a.m. I was closing up the building for the night. The place had about 40 doors, and I had to go around to make sure all of them were locked,
Enemy
which I
tank
did.
marked.
Then I
Surprise,
went to the
cabron.
system, but I had one door that was showing a fault on the system. So I walked to the far end of the building and checked that door.
Friendly UAV online.
As I pulled up on the crash bar,
Enemy is
I saw
taking
something
Echo.
out of the corner of my eye in the darkness beyond the door.
The enemy took
so I
Charlie.
looked up and there was a man directly on
Hostile
the other side
UAV in
of
the
glass
area.
behind me.
UAV standing by.
Feet apart, separated only by the glass of the door. He just stared.
Friendly cruise missile approaching target.
Building. Ran out, jumped in my car and hauled us out of there. No idea what he was doing there in this isolated area in the middle of the night. It was a full moon a couple months ago. I was staying with a close friend, Elle, at her dad's house, which is a tiny but very quaint and cozy beach cottage.
Requesting recon flyover.
Copy that. UAV online and orbiting AO.
So we were all sleeping in one large room on different beds. We had fallen asleep soundly, but suddenly I woke up in the middle of the night, and as I opened my eyes, I see that Elle is wide awake.
Friendly UAV on
The room has
station.
3 large skylights.
UAV signal lost. It's MIA.
It was eerily clear that night, and you could see all the stars. We ended up talking about all sorts of very morbid topics, mainly on disease, war,
Surprise,
starvation,
cabron.
and the fragility of understanding human consciousness.
Enemy is securing Delta.
PM type of conversations to have in the dark. We end up. People in the U.S. military.
Securing Alpha.
What's the creepiest slash most paranormal thing you have encountered during your service? U.S. Navy photographer here. In the deepest parts
Friendly
of the
mortar
ocean,
strike
we
inbound.
often steam past small boats that are empty or seemingly empty. Sometimes
Enemy vehicle!
and no one for them.
Objective Delta is compromised. Take it back.
Someone lived in them until
Securing objective Bravo.
Got movement.
it's obvious someone
Our
is
UAV
stealing
is orbiting the area.
This is my dad's story. After he was done in Vietnam,
Securing objective Delta. Friendly UAV online. Friendly UAV on station.
Base shut down and every section of the barracks would take roll call. These blizzards are intense.
Securing objective Charlie.
There were cables running between all the buildings you attach to your person with a carabiner, so if there was a sudden whiteout,
We
you didn't
control
get lost
Delta.
and die. They had
Secure
people die
Bravo.
literally 20 meters from shelter.
Enemy
Got movement.
UAV overhead.
Bad weather and froze. He said for about 5 months every time they locked down for weather they would hear horrendous screaming outside. Everyone risks it went out to investigate. He put it off as an animal. However, every time this was heard,
Control Bravo.
Tools everywhere. Paperwork all over the floor. Tables and toolboxes knocked over. Even
We're losing
a
Bravo.
7,000-pound jet engine.
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
And smashed almost 30 feet away. The hangars and engine room had cameras covering every single possible entrance with spotlights that made them clear even from white out. No animals, no people, no anything was ever seen entering or leaving those buildings.
We've lost Bravo.
And one day it just stopped. My best friend's grandfather worked in some unspecified but very high security stuff. He refused to talk about most of his experiences, but anytime the subject of aliens...
Friendly UAV online. Enemy UAV active.
Basically forced the conversation to be changed. My friend said it was very unnerving to see the fear in his face. One time, my buddy finally asked him on and asked him if he believed in aliens, and his grandfather just said, "If you honestly think we're alone, then you're ignorant as crap."
Taking Alpha.
The sincerity that was in his voice was basically all of the
We're taking Bravo.
walked out of our hangar doors.
Hostile UAV in the area.
No sound associated with the event other than normal
Enemy
sound.
UAV active.
I'll never forget. This is actually the first time I've ever heard someone describe exactly what I saw too.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Domicit, reloading!
The sky. Then I noticed the
Enemy
stars
UAV active.
pointed out. We both saw a huge black triangular object flying very slowly.
Friendly SAE on the way.
As a Marine, I used to have the graveyard patrol.
Friendly VSO inbound.
Part of the memorial is dedicated to a veteran's cemetery. Oddly enough, I never got freaked out. The cemetery, in the middle of the night, surrounded by escorts on all sides. It was actually kind of peaceful, to be honest.
Securing Charlie.
One night,
Enemy
I was
taking
patrolling
Delta.
the fence where some of the oldest headstones are, when I heard the sound of a woman humming. I followed the sound and noticed a light glowing through the vines and brush of a large tree. As I approached,
Friendly SAE launched.
Enemy securing Delta.
in the air. I pushed aside the brush and saw something that took my breath away. It was an old, weathered headstone with a large cross-edged
Took a round!
glowing a bright
Not letting you go out like that!
neon bulb. It was also suddenly much louder.
Changing mags!
Like it was coming from hundreds of voices at once. Needless to say, I freaked
We're losing Echo.
I screamed like a scared little girl and sprinted back to the parking lot. I radioed the guard who was supposed to relieve me and forced him to come early, then spent the rest of my shift in the cab of his truck.
We're taking Charlie.
But he stayed
Hostile
in his truck
UAV in the area.
patrol until the sun was fully out.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Days later, I worked up the nerve to return to the grave. During the day, of course, as I suspected, in the light of day it was a complete
Hostile UAV in the area.
There was no name, only the aforementioned cross. I ran my hands over the stone and checked to see if maybe there was some sort of light source or solar panel, but no, it was just plain.
Sniper,
Enemy
KIA!
UAV active.
Was gone, too. I eventually returned to my normal shift, but never again experienced anything out of the ordinary. I never learned whose grave that was, either, but I find myself thinking about it
Loading.
from time to time. It certainly sounds absurd when I say it out loud, and I suppose it could have been a hallucination or a trick of my tired brain, but I don't believe it was.
Got
I
movement.
think it was real. There was no spirit of some sort, but I don't think it was malevolent at all. Not my story, but from an article. The firefight that never happened. Tyler Richards. Al
Enemy tank, mark!
2006, 2007.
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
Insurgents in the night. Every post was
We're losing Delta.
Crew served weapons.
Ooh, las guilas dig the long shot.
We're talking Cobras on using the tow system. Everyone had their fair share of trigger time. When QRF went out to do a VDA, they found 0 bodies.
Woo!
Zero
From way
blood
downtown!
traces, the posts and bullet impacts on the bulletproof windows, and everyone with thermals saw fighters dropping and maneuvering. No one knows
Friendly cruise missile inbound.
About 100 meters away. Then suddenly they got 3 times as big.
Got
Shot
movement.
straight up at a speed no human could survive. It was like watching something accelerate.
Changing mag.
Gun, straight up. Then it
Enemy
turned away
UAV
to
overhead.
The enemy took Delta.
person.
I'm reloading.
But I know that we don't have this sort of technology yet. I used to be stationed in Fort Irwin in California. It's a long story, but there is a 30-mile
Friendly UAV on station.
the closet town, into the base, which is in a large empty space.
Got him on the run. Keep down.
Hostile mortar strike in the area. Enemy UAV active.
Accidents on this road for over years.
Securing Delta.
UAV ready for tasking.
Securing objective Delta. Enemy
As we
securing
entered the
Echo.
starting stretch of Fort Irwin Road, I noticed some fresh bloody tire marks on the side of the road.
Requesting recon flyover.
It's something
Copy that. UAV op.
Friendly Juggernaut is active.
It was like August 11th, 2006. It really creeped me out, and I thought I was seeing things. About 20 minutes into our long drive down the Sunset highway into the vast empty desert, I looked over to my buddy who was driving.
Securing objective Bravo. We've lost the lead.
Going about 75 miles.
Objective Alpha secure.
Started out in front of
Securing
us.
objective Delta.
Someone went first.
Got movement.
In a wet, hairy face. It looked directly at us, even though he
Got
was going
movement.
75 miles per hour and he was running
Got
right
movement.
across his car. The thing
Hostile
was tall,
sentry
it was
is active.
walking on 2 legs. But the eyes were like...
Mission failed.
I don't know how
Return to
explain
base.
it. But for that split second, when it turned to look at us, as it turned its body and I looked into its eyes, it was like time slowed down and its eyes were white voids. Not a reflection, really more like dead light, Stephen King reference. And it wasn't a look of fear, but it was a look of, I see you, hello. It was the most skin-crawling thing I have ever experienced. Whatever that was, it was not human, not animal.
Members of Reddit, what's one thing you wish that you knew before joining? That recruiters' jobs are basically to funnel people into specific jobs that maybe they are down in numbers on. So that amazing job and skill set that you are a perfect fit for with your test scores is likely just Johnny Recruiter meeting his numbers. Mama told Johnny not to go downtown. The Marine Corps recruiter was hanging around. Wait until the 1st of October at least to join. Don't join in September. Why? Fiscal year starts 10/1, which is also generally when all the good jobs become available. And then get your MOS job. Put in fricking writing in the contract. Your recruiter is there to put asses in seats for whatever branch. He's your B, not the other way around. If you want something, have it put in writing. He doesn't necessarily give 2 shoots about you, some do. Most will straight frick you to make a quota, so don't trust the mother, and don't join in September when all the good crap is gone. Unless you really want to join the infantry, and take it from a former infantryman. You don't. Go push paper or turn wrenches or whatever. You'll be happier and have real experience when you get back to the real world. It's an inhuman machine that doesn't care about you. This isn't inherently a bad thing. It just is. But what it means is that you need to look out for your own interests. The military will not. Any attempt to guilt you out of looking out for your own interests is misguided at best and predatory at worst. But the "we're all brothers in arms" creed applies to the very, very few individuals whom you trust with your life. Everyone else is part of the machine. Look out for them too as part of being a decent adult. But put your own oxygen mask on first. Broader advice for those joining. Save your freaking money. Literally all of your income is disposable. Your shelter, utilities, food, gym, medical, and dental are covered. And this is the one time in your life when you can easily save more than half your income and still have enough to party your butt off. You can very easily save up a down payment on a house while you're in that, a valuable job skill, and the GI Bill can set you up extremely well for success in the civilian world. Alternatively, you can get a brand new Mustang at 19% APR from the local dealership and throw the remainder of your paycheck at strippers. Same thing, I guess. Undervalued post right here. to medical when things hurt. Not change your socks. Not ignore it. Tell them it's an 8+ out of 10 on the pain scale or they won't document it. Then when you get out, you can have a valid history and have accountability. Versus the VA disregarding your injuries as service-related and telling you to pound sand. The recruitment process is a negotiation, and it represents the last time that you'll have all the power in your relationship with the military. I joined and went into a high-demand MOS at the height of the war on terror. Most people in my training platoon had received bonuses in the tens of thousands of dollars, and some of them picked otherwise hard-to-get follow-on training, such as airborne school if you are not in combat arms, or even selected all but impossible to get first duty stations. I, meanwhile, received a sandwich, because I wasn't aware of the power dynamic. On a less serious note, some portion of the people who join will do so because they have heard that women love a man in uniform. The more important axiom to remember is that the love for a man in uniform is inversely proportional to their proximity to a military base. This axiom is well earned and constantly reinforced. A guy in my platoon in boot camp back in '09 joined because of Call of Duty 4. That it isn't an exception to other government organizations. Minimal budget with maximum paperwork hurdles. Somehow planes and missiles and bombs get bought daily and often recklessly. But if you want a paperclip, you'll have to cry your eyes out only to hear that the allotted budget for office supplies has run out in May. Have a plan for getting out from the moment you go in. I see so many people who hate their job stay in for 20 years because they have no other plans. Have an exit plan ready when you go in, and work towards it. You can have a degree done in 4 years of service, or nothing. That there are some pretty decent people, but a huge amount of idiots and pieces of crap you have to be around all the time. No different than most labor jobs, really. The worst part of your early military service is not basic training. It's MEPS. MEPS is a domain of the damned and full of the biggest buttholes in uniform. You will face a battery of exhausting tests and paperwork, and when you are the most tired, they will try to push into some or other career field that is on demand. Do not make a decision based on what they tell you. They are not your friend and don't give the slightest crap. They just have boxes to fill. Pick the job you want. They might tell you, well, no openings there. Might take a while. This is often a total lie. Call them on it. Walk out the door. Wait if you have to. It's way better to wait a few months than to have a job you hate and are stuck with for years. Great advice my recruiter gave me. Believe it or not, at MEPS, the correct answer to most questions is no. Ever had a speeding ticket? Number. If you say yes to these questions, you still get in. It just often means more delays and paperwork. At basic training, never volunteer for anything, ever. Be as invisible as possible. You don't want your DITI to know your name or anything about you as long as possible. Almost nothing that happens at basic training, apart from learning basic stuff, matters for your career. Nobody cares about honors. You will probably never see any of those people again. It's a very short amount of time, really. Don't get invested. Don't get upset at the idiots in your group. Remember, it'll be over soon. Knuckle down and do what you have to get by. Agreed. In basic, good attitude is everything. As my dad said, don't let the bastards weigh you down. Realize there is a reason for everything they have you do, although not usually readily apparent. If you want a specific job, do not sign the contract until your recruiter gets that job for you. I wanted a cyber job in the Air Force, and my recruiter told me to go and open electrical and hope I get cyber because it would be too long of a wait to be guaranteed that job. I ended up with a job I hated instead. The military will take whatever it wants from you, so make sure you get all you possibly can from it. Don't take the yelling at basic training personally. Even when they single you out, it's not personal. Though we had one swab who was absolute garbage and we did everything in our power to make him quit. He was eventually kicked out a few months after basic. An extra $20,000 isn't worth an extra 2 years of service. Don't take a 6-year contract. Take the 4. Oh, also, volunteering can mean sweeping the sunshine off the pad, or it can mean being the only guy going home early because you're the only volunteer.
Take this.
Duty. I wish I knew that once I got to a ship I would have to spend 2 or 3 nights on board standing 12 hours of watch, in addition to a normal working day. I could handle it if we didn't go underway every couple weeks for up to 2 months at a time, not including deployments, but the lack of being able to plan or really look forward to anything was what drove me to get out. This is exactly why I didn't join the Navy. I had no idea it'd be that bad, but I knew I didn't want to spend several months at sea at a time. Since then, I've learned enough to be very pleased with my choice not to join the Navy. Happy I didn't consider myself fit enough to join the Marines. Spoiler, I wasn't. And mildly annoyed that I didn't look harder into the Air Force before picking Army. One piece of advice people always give you is embrace the suck. That is, it's gonna suck. Make the best of it, as a kid with your heart set on being a Marine infantryman. That just sounds awesome. You picture the suck in Spartan terms, charging through knee-deep snow, bayonet out, giving a mighty war cry as the enemy cowers in terror at your massive brass balls. Turns out, the suck is having to stay late on Friday because your one SGT forgot that he needs to check the serial numbers on everyone's gear before the weekend. Or spending your weekend mopping the barracks because there's a rumor that the commandant might be on base, even though there's zero chance he'll be in your room. Because why would he be? Or sitting through hours upon hours of government-mandated PowerPoints warning you of the dangers of tobacco use, presented by a bored SSGT rocking a lift the size of a golf ball. If this ain't the fricking truth. Married soldiers live a very different life than single ones. Living in the barracks you'll be sharing a room with slovenly idiots, living through frequent inspections, noise when you're trying to sleep, etc. But the 18-year-old kid who marries his high school girlfriend is given a free house to live in, no inspections, no bulls cleaning the barracks duty. All he has to do is live with an army wife. The barracks ain't so bad. Just have 2 soldiers come to an arrangement. First sergeant were gay and getting married this weekend. 1 free house please. Every job gets paid the same regardless of glory. Being infantry sucked a lot, but being ordnance pays the same but less suck factor. You rarely see the clerks at the VA due to broken bodies. Mostly combat arms. They all get the same retirement. If you're depressed and or suicidal, please go to behavioral health or talk to a chaplain or use the veteran crisis line or anything. It is okay to seek help. Do not try to hold it in. Don't be like me and try to bottle that crap up, because one day you will have a breakdown and it will feel like heck. I tried hiding my depression for over a year and a half, and what resulted was a horrible drinking problem. Losing a woman that I loved dearly, and she truly cared for me and tried to support me, but I pushed her away. I pushed my family away. I pushed all of my new and old friends away, and when I broke down I tried to hang myself in my closet at the barracks a few months ago with some rope I bought. But I got scared once my vision started going, so I stopped myself. I did these things and endured with little to no help and pretended my depression was a sign of weakness, because that's honestly the stigma sometimes. I was so worried about maintaining a positive image within my MOS, which is combat, so of course everybody acts macho, that it nearly cost me my life. I realized this job ain't worth losing my life over due to battling depression, even though I still struggle mentally, daily. The loneliness, or rather the feeling of it, is honestly the hardest part of all of this. Get some help or seek any resources you have, and please don't make the same mistake. I have. The one lifelong regret I have, after serving 23 years active duty, is all the friends and colleagues I made over my years of service that I'll never get to see again. Met and worked with hundreds of people, none of which are part of my life any longer. Sucks. I got found on Facebook by some old shipmates from my first command. We talk every now and then at least. These were the people that molded me into the drunk I was, LOL. If you join the Air Force because you think it's cushy, stay the frick away from being a crew chief on legacy aircraft. I'm talking F-16s and F-15. They are both 40 years old and behind the curve when it comes to mechanical innovations. Also, the work is backbreaking and crappy as fluid. If you end up as aircraft maintenance, try and be an avionics guy or a newer airframe mechanic. It'll help in the long term. But be prepared to be crap on by everyone and their brother for not being fast enough, slow enough, good enough, worse enough, and everything in between. As an F-16 crew chief, I can confirm, it was 6 years of misery. You won't be prepared to succeed in the civilian world unless you make the effort to be ready. No one else is going to care. All that crap on TV and you hear about how women love a man in uniform and it'll help you get girls is total balls. Most of the time you're stationed in shitholes, looking at you, Oklahoma, and depending on what you do you're usually gone so often it's really impossible to try and maintain a relationship. Me and my boss are perpetually single, largely because of these two factors. Still wouldn't take it back though. I have no regrets about joining. Oh, being a man in uniform absolutely does help you pick up women. Just probably not the kind of women you actually want to pick up. Before I joined, my brother told me, "You're going to meet some of the greatest people you've ever met, but you're going to meet the worst the world has to offer." I wish I knew how true that statement was. Don't go into it having a "if I'm good at my job, I'll get recognized for that and promoted accordingly" mindset. The military is not the meritocracy that Hollywood has painted it to be all these years. If you don't play the game and kiss butt, you can be the most knowledgeable guy in your job and it still won't mean dong. It was a very rude awakening for me when I started advancing beyond E3, E4. What a colossal waste of time it would be. 11 years being constantly treated like a child, made to clean my room, then later supervising of cleaning of rooms, special classes every Friday, just to be told not to drink and drive and not to rape anyone, inventory the same equipment daily, because there wasn't anything else to do, then get yelled at for not knowing our jobs when there was literally no training conducted. There is no mentality of service to our country, honor, courage, commitment has been replaced by paycheck, benefits, retirement. Marine Corps boot camp is a big stupid game. Don't take it seriously. Do what you are told. Try not to stand out. Yes, you can get billets, jobs that make you feel special and or more advanced than the other recruits, but none of it matters in the long run. Pay attention to detail and be good at your job. That's what will get noticed when it matters. Lead by example and not just to advance your career. Like others have said, don't let them pressure you into ignoring legitimate medical problems. Get them documented. Most of all, don't stay in because you are scared of finding a job on the outside. You will be told how terrible life is outside the military, but most of those who say that, lifers, are just projecting their own fears.
IRS e-file is open.
Snap your W2 and file Fed and State for.
We've lost Bravo, securing Charlie.
That far away from home. Make sure that your head is where it needs to be because you can't throw it all away over being homesick. The military is a dual caste system.
Enemies taking Delta.
Better pay,
Ground war.
better working
Our
conditions,
UAV
and
is orbiting
etc.
the area.
You are basically a serf if you go anywhere.
Enemy securing Alpha. Securing objective Charlie. Spy activated. The enemy took Delta. Charlie secure. Enemies taking Alpha.
Friendly UAV online. Enemy UAV overhead.
Having teamwork and leadership doesn't really
We're losing Alpha.
do more research on what interests you. If you can, talk to people with experience. I was in my whole family tree who joined
Friendly
the army
UAV on
and
station.
wanted to talk to. How is the army? What can you do there? What should you consider and so on? So I go
Hostile
to
UAV in the area.
what I can do in
Enemy
the army.
UAV overhead.
Sniper stream!
Here is a sheet of paper with all the jobs at the army. I looked at it and thought the Marines were good for me. Something with IT. Now my recruitment comes.
Securing objective Echo.
I shouldn't be in Marines and I look strong in
Friendly UAV online.
Enemies taking Alpha.
I won't. But after
Secure Bravo. The enemy took Alpha.
Slowly told me that
Bravo. UAV ready to deploy.
Take cover!
This might be name specific, but I think all branches do it. Get a technical job, get a guaranteed C school or whatever special school. Even if you're training for 6 instead of 4.
Friendly mortar strike inbound.
As mentioned in other comments about our, not only will you have a specialty, often you get
Requesting recon flyover.
better quotas.
Copy that. UAV is on
Skills
station.
that may translate to the civilian world. I didn't take up on it, because it is not what I want to do in life. If I could have gone into a ton of fields as a technician, a consultant, or an analyst for some three-letter agency, I had a
Hostile UAV in the area. Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Not only will it make your job easier, keep up with them
Hostile
and you
mortar
have a
strike
good chance
incoming.
of finding
Enemy
some very
securing
good
Charlie.
contract for employment at the end. Take jobs, it's a scam for the most part. Submarine life is freaking hard. It set me up for a good job at
Enemy
least.
UAV overhead.
But for you and me, the schedule, the hours, and the watch standing in the new plant road people regularly, you learn a lot about yourself when you live in a little coffin for 3 months straight. I've always wondered how people manage some duty. I've terrained these ships and they are incredibly cramped.
Friendly UAV.
Would you like to live in a sub? Whatever they add to your paycheck for some duty, it isn't enough. That they were getting rid of modifying their pension and going to a 401k type retirement.
Enemy
starting
UAV active.
FY18 with a reduced pension amount. A very small bag with only one change of clothes with you. Once you're in, don't spend
Press
it.
out! Drop them.
Save. Study
Throwing
and
Semtex,
pass
loading.
the time to get them. Don't
Press out!
Friendly counter UAV is on station.
Changing
Hostile
mag!
UAV in the area. Friendly UAV online.
We're trying to get your hard-earned money. On index funds like VTO
Friendly stealth
and
bomber on the
Nessus
way.
or stock mutual funds.
Our UAV is
Check
orbiting
out
the area.
close!
Friendly UAV on station.
catching up after
Lost
squandering
half
his
the
ability.
field.
None
Fight
of that
back.
crap from back then is worth a damn.
Hostile Overwatch helo in the area.
For the job you
We're
want.
taking Echo.
Don't settle for anything other than the job you want. Wait if you have to. You will be stuck in that job for 6 years. You don't want to have one habit. If you don't want to career,
Enemies deployed a counter UAV.
get a job which gives you easily transferable to the outside world. Civilian is best, but you can go up to contractor. Things like lane mechanics, aviation, intelligence, although you lend your air weapons building for a while, communications, civil engineering. That for ASVAB schools will let you do whatever you want just bedside here.
Yes.
Whatever the heck we want to do.
Switching mag!
If you smoke or drink caffeine, stop at least one
Enemy taking Charlie.
UAV ready for tasking.
Securing objective Delta. Echo secure.
It's not really clean. Barracks, bathroom, single toilet.
Reloading!
The yard outside. Until the busy work period ends.
Requesting recon flyover.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
Throwing flash grenade!
Then we'd spend all Sunday morning cleaning out the trucks.
Semtex
RM-16s until about
Enemy
90
taking
minutes
Bravo.
before 4:30 p.m. formation. Suddenly, the same rifle that had been rejected fingerprints,
Be advised, UAV is
footprints,
exiting
We're
the
taking
AO.
Alpha.
smudges, or other residue was spotless, even if you hadn't actually
Friendly UAV online.
Enemy taking Echo.
the last
Objective Bravo.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Loading! Reloading!
Someone told me to take more pictures and journal my experiences. Years later,
We control Delta.
names are lost.
Enemy securing Charlie.
Get ready to do a lot of thinking. They worry about things are more than your well-being or how well you do your job.
Securing
The only thing that
objective
matters is
Alpha.
that your room is clean. You are married to the job.
Got that one.
Worthwhile partner when you're
Throwing flash
constantly having
grenade.
to move around, to
Reloading.
go TTY, work weird hours, etc.
Throwing
Multiple
Semtex.
times I've hit it off with a woman only to get worse to TTS shortly after. It's been a good experience, but sometimes it's a lonely one. That they won't help you if you're injured.
We're taking Alpha.
Unless you are already dead and by
They
nobody,
tagged me.
lying to your family saying they did everything they could.
Our UAV is orbiting the area. Enemy
Remote
UAV active.
Get some.
No matter what your job is, you'll be cleaning the frick out of stuff. If you are new to the channel, you can
I see.
I publish new videos. every
Hostile
day.
mortar strike in the
Until
area.
then, check another video.
Securing Alpha.
Marksman rifle crates in
We're
the
losing
area.
Charlie.
Semtex out!
Our counter UAV is active. Hostile UAV in the area.
We're taking Bravo.
Friendly UAV online.
We're taking Alpha.
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
What are your best stories from veterans?
Hostile counter UAV overhead. Friendly cruise missile deployed.
Securing objective Bravo.
Possibly NSW. It is around the 20th of December, and our TI
Alpha
decides
secure.
to make a trainee sing Jingle Bells since he left his jean and his outside of his shirt.
Objective Echo is compromised. Take it back.
The words were. So as he is doing push-ups, he is only saying Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells.
Enemy
Jingle
UAV
bells,
overhead.
Jingle bells.
Friendly UAV on station.
He just keeps going. Our TI lets out a cry, gets right up in his face and screams at him, Jingle all the way, mother. God dang, was that funny.
Friendly counter UAV
AF
is on
basic
station.
training. We all have jobs around the barracks. Some people are on latrine queen duty. Some people's... What are some weird historical facts or events that
Our
most
UAV
people
is orbiting the area.
as a child? Victoria was isolated and emotionally abused by her mother and her mother's scheming friend, Sergeant Conroy. They hope to be Victoria. The heir is presumptive.
Friendly UAV on station.
Dependent on them, so that they could control her when she became queen and be
Enemy
the power
securing
behind
Alpha.
her.
We're
Obviously,
taking
this didn't
Bravo.
work. It didn't
Hostile
exactly
Overwatch
work.
Kilo in the area. Friendly VTOL entering this sector. Our counter UAV is active.
I'm loading.
Yeah. We're losing Delta.
I think the most fascinating part about this is that his tombs still have intricate artifacts that
Switching mags.
are incredibly ornate. I cannot begin to imagine what was in an important pharaoh's tomb. I need
Enemy securing Bravo.
Soldiers. Peter McGregor executed his wife's lover.
Objective Delta is compromised. Take it back.
Taking it quick. You're not leaving me yet.
Enemy UAV active. Our mortar strike is inbound.
And Jefferson tied it outside building and it attacked a lot of people just walking by. It killed them all. He only had it killed once it started attacking.
Enemies taking Charlie.
Friendly UAV online. Enemies deployed a counter UAV.
We're losing Alpha.
Hostile UAV in the area.
The lead is ours.
Hostile advanced
Changing
UAV is
mags.
active.
And an orgasm. Energy sent Einstein what is fundamentally a nonsense.
Get some.
Einstein spent an afternoon trying to analyze
Objective
the
Alpha is
sending
compromised.
apology
Take
to
it back.
explaining him that this mission was just nonsense. The first vibrator. Benjamin Franklin
I'm
wrote a
loading.
essay about phones, and another about how young men should sleep with old women. 26th President Theodore Roosevelt was an ardent supporter of William Howard Taft. The two were longtime friends. Roosevelt's most when Roosevelt's latter term came to a close,
Taking effective fire
to the presidency. However,
Enemy UAV
began
active.
enacting many policies that his predecessor found disagreeable. Roosevelt
losing
grew sour
Bravo.
towards his friend. He vied for the
Enemy
Republican
spotted.
presidential nomination and failed. He then
Recon drone online.
supporters out of
Friendly recon scanning for threats.
Securing objective Alpha.
Someone beat us here.
parties man. Roosevelt, the Republican voted to ensure Taft's
Moving.
defeat. The Bull Moose Party. Teddy didn't take the Thomas Jefferson.
Got movement.
So many books in his lifetime.
I'm loading.
Go into
Hostile UAV in the area.
Washington, D.C. in the Battle of
Threat out!
1812 sold most of his books to the Library of Congress to replace those that were lost in the
Securing
fire.
objective
Jefferson
Echo.
had spent 50 years
Friendly
accumulating
UAV on
a wide
station.
variety of books in several languages and of many subjects, including
Securing
Sniper
Delta.
KIA. Reloading!
architecture, law, religion, and
Securing
mathematics.
Alpha.
The nearly 6,500 books netted $23,950.
We're losing ground.
Enemies
Enemies taking Bravo.
regarding what direction they should go was held on the coast of Washington amongst the party members.
Throw a flash grenade! Incoming! I see it! Taking effective fire. Throwing
Friendly
Semtex!
strike on the way.
Man were allowed to participate in any kind related to government affairs.
Enemy securing Bravo. We control Alpha.
Exhaustion and fatigue.
Enemy securing Alpha. We're taking Delta.
Madam TSS.
Reloading!
It was original plan for the Jewish was to deport them to Madagascar. When that failed for obvious reasons.
Mission compromised. We're done.
1/3 of the men who served in the Waffen-SS were neither German nor ethnic German. Common or ethnic German. I think it's pretty safe to say that none of the men who served in the Waffen-SS were very ethical people. The sound made by the Krakatoa volcanic eruption in 1883 was so loud it ruptured eardrums of people 40 miles away, traveled around the world 4 times, and was clearly heard 3,000 miles away. That's like you standing in New York and hearing a sound from San Francisco. You didn't have to be ethnically Spanish to be a conquistador. There were conquistadors from England and Germany, but the rules to become one involved Hispanicizing your name and converting to Catholicism if you weren't already Catholic. Hernando de Soto is responsible for the collapse of several North American civilizations and the death of untold millions of people. He and his band of men were the first Europeans to make a concerted expedition into what's now the USA. He started in Florida and eventually his men made it to Louisiana, with many detours along the way. De Soto dies along the way, but that's unimportant. What's important is that they brought about 300 pigs with them for food because they breed quickly and can live off of almost anything. Unfortunately, they also serve as a host for various diseases that humans are susceptible to. Lots of the pigs escaped, reproduced, destroyed farmland, and spread diseases. By the time the next Europeans came to those areas, the civilizations De Soto and his men saw had utterly collapsed and the population had catastrophically fallen as well. Similarly, the vast numbers of buffalo and passenger pigeons are thought to be a result of the death of North American native peoples and the collapse of their civilizations, particularly the ability to maintain agricultural systems. That's also thought to be tied to a period of global cooling as an entire continent's worth of people stopped using fire to control plant growth and forests expanded massively, resulting in vast amounts of CO2 being pulled from the atmosphere. Magellan is not the first person to circumnavigate the globe. He never made it. He died in the Philippines. There was a 100-hour war between El Salvador and Honduras in 1969. The war caused the death of about 3,000 people. The war was triggered by a football, soccer, game. It has been known as the Football War, and we still hate each other to this day. Also, I love your username.
Hostile vehicle overhead. Enemy UAV overhead. We are taking cover.
Nice.
Being called whenever they think about
Securing objective Alpha. Hostile UAV in the area. Securing objective Bravo. Enemy UAV overhead. Secure Bravo. Enemy UAV active. We control Bravo. We are losing Bravo. Mission failed. Return to base.
Sometimes the accused often faced a trial by ordeal, where if their arm emerge unscathed, God protected them, thus proving their trial by iron up to the 18th century, where you had to hold the red hot iron bar in your hand and run a specified distance. The hand would then be wrapped up and you would wait a few days. If your hand's skin was corrupted when the bandages came off, that would result in illegal taking you were hanged. Similar times. Television, like its big sister, the motion picture, has been guilty of a sin of omission. Hungry for talent, desperate for the so-called new face, constantly searching for a transfusion of new blood, it has overlooked a source of wondrous talent that resides under its nose. This is the Negro actor. The episode was a big draw win, which was part of the first season of the show. story you have? Information marching somewhere. It's pretty simple. Don't military member offered it. What is the most embarrassing this guy won't make it through basic story you have? Information marching somewhere. It's pretty simple. Don't talk. Look forward. Step when you're supposed to. I was at the very front and all of a sudden I hear skunk followed by. Where the frick are you going? Flight halt. This kid broke formation to chase a skunk. No, I have no idea why. To catch it. Guy in my flight, let's call him Snuffles. Snuffles is one of the most unique people I have ever met. He had the look like he just flopped gasping out of the shallow end of the gene pool after his incestuous parents just peed in it. Seriously, this poor guy had the ultimate genetic short stick. He was 18, 5'4", almost emaciated, thin, and looked like he was 50, badly balding, sippy grey hair, wrinkled skin, ear hair, nose hair, back hair. Dude was gross hairy, had on uncomfortably thick glasses that made him look like a slightly wizened Six Flags dude. And you start to get the picture. Anyway, Snuffles could not do a single thing right. He couldn't make his bed. He couldn't do PT without half dying. And he had trouble following simple instruction. The day we went to the shooting range was interesting. We were given 50 rounds and tasked with shooting a paper target 25 yards away with open sights from various positions. We all were amazed at Snuffles as we watched him explode the sandbags, holding the uprights in place.
We have the lead!
He was shooting about 10 feet off his mark. It was amazing. Whoever was around Snuffles shooting.
We've lost the lead!
We loved Snuffles. He became kind of our using WTF are you doing? It's an insult. As a team.
Hostile cluster mine deployed. Friendly counter UAV is online. Friendly UAV on station.
Enemy! Shot! Stun grenade! Lucky I was covering your ass.
care package in the area.
We've got enemies in the area!
domination.
Flash out! TTS!
Securing Charlie. Securing objective Charlie. Objective Bravo. The lead is out.
Throw a flash grenade!
We're taking
Mate.
Alpha. Enemies taking Bravo.
Taking effective fire! Switching back!
We've lost Bravo. Securing objective Bravo.
Throwing flash grenade!
UAV standing by. We control Bravo.
Requesting recon flyover! Target down! Sounds down!
Standing by.
UAV is exiting the AO.
Fly. Enemies taking Bravo.
Semtex! Semtex!
Objective secure. Enemy securing Bravo. We're losing Bravo.
Requesting close air! Target mark!
Copy. Tiger 4, flight of 3. Inbound for SAE.
Enemy securing Bravo.
Good effect.
Ready UAV on station. Enemy taking Bravo.
Didn't see me coming! Cargo! Got flapped out!
Alpha.
Objective Alpha is compromised. Get it back. Objective Charlie secure. Enemy securing
X-ray
Bravo.
spotted! Semtex incoming!
We're losing Bravo.
Groups in contact!
Enemy taking Bravo. Enemy securing Bravo. High alert activated. Securing objective Alpha. We're losing Bravo. We control 2 objectives. Our UAV is in the area. Friendly UAV online. Enemy taking Bravo. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Enemies taking Charlie. We're taking Alpha.
Target sighted!
Losing Bravo. Securing Alpha. Taking Alpha. We hold all objectives. Enemy securing Bravo.
Flash grenade!
We're losing Alpha.
Watch your fire, you
Charlie. Enemy taking Bravo. Securing objective Alpha. We control all objectives. Secure the perimeter. Securing Bravo. Enemies taking Charlie. Charlie is compromised. Get it back. You're halfway to mission complete. UAV on station. We're taking Charlie. Enemy taking Bravo.
Effective fire!
Ready to deploy. Bingo for your copy. UAV is on station. Not online. Enemies taking Bravo. Securing objective Charlie. All objectives secure. Hold what you Alpha. Friendly UAV online.
Check fire!
Our UAV is orbiting the area. We're losing Charlie. We've lost Charlie. Deployed. Enemy securing Bravo. We're losing Bravo. The enemy took Bravo. We're taking Bravo. Securing Charlie. Friendly UAV online. Secure Bravo. Enemy securing Alpha. Inbound. We control Charlie. Enemy securing Alpha.
Be advised, UAV existing.
Enemy securing Charlie. Taking Bravo. The enemy took Charlie.
Watch your fire!
Bravo. Enemy taking Bravo. Enemy securing Bravo. Control to objective. We're taking Charlie. Securing objective Charlie. We're losing Bravo. Securing Charlie. We're losing Alpha. Hostile UAV in the area. We control all objectives.
Check fire!
Secure the friendly UAV on site. Objective Alpha is compromised. Enemy back on Bravo. Our UAV is orbiting the area.
Right here!
Enemy taking Bravo. Securing Alpha. On the run. Keep it up. We're losing Bravo. We're taking Alpha. We've secured 2 objectives. Securing objective Alpha.
Surprise coming on!
UAV ready for tasking. Enemies taking Bravo. Securing Alpha. All objectives secure. Hold what you can. We've lost Bravo. Mission complete. Solid work.
Recruit fell over into the corner of his bed. Something members of our company get the dog crap slipped out of us and he stands there and watches. Needless to say, before he got kicked out, his platoon beat the everlasting frick out of him. You have been visited by the hamster on Joy. Comment I like chicken to live a happy and full of joy like the Joy hamster life. Thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Children of I want to talk to you. Soldiers of Reddit, what's the best thing you've ever heard a drill sergeant say to a recruit with thick glasses? Holy shit, you see into the future with those things. I
Tech's out!
Charlie secure.
Watch your fire, you... Casi me tira el diablo. Check fire!
We're taking Alpha.
Max!
We're losing Charlie.
Flash incoming!
We hold all objectives. It looks like we've lost Charlie.
Reloading!
UAV standing by.
Taking effective fire!
Securing objective Charlie.
Watch your
Securing
fire,
Alpha.
idiota! Contact here!
Copy that. UAV online and
We've lost Alpha. SAE ready to launch. Bravo. Objective Charlie secure. Enemies taking Charlie.
Flash, cover your eyes!
Fly activated. Objective Charlie is compromised. We're taking Charlie.
Throwing
Securing
sticky!
objective Alpha. Enemy securing Bravo.
Taking fire!
Securing Charlie.
Changing mag!
Taking Charlie. Gunship ready to service target.
Thermite,
All
take cover!
objectives secure. Hold what you got. We're losing Charlie.
Thermite, reloading!
We're losing Alpha. Enemy taking Bravo.
Flash incoming!
Enemy
Didn't see me coming, did ya?
Enemy securing Charlie. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back.
Target mark, press fire mission!
Solid copy. Tiger 4 logging SAE. Enemy taking Alpha. Bravo.
I'm reloading!
No hits on target. Friendly UAV online.
Thermite, take cover!
Securing Alpha. Securing objective Bravo.
Watch out!
The enemy took Alpha. Secure Bravo.
Linda, got
High
one!
alert online. Securing Alpha. Objective Bravo secure. Enemies taking Charlie. Securing objective Alpha.
Requesting recon flyover!
Hostile VTOL incoming.
Requesting air support!
We hold all objectives. We're losing Alpha. We're losing Bravo. All players, hostile SAE incoming. Enemy securing Charlie. LCM ready. Friendly UAV on station.
be advised UAV is exiting the AO.
The enemy took Charlie. 40mm ready. Enemy securing Bravo. Good hit on target. SAE ready. Direct hit. Enemies taking Bravo. LTM ready for launch. Warlock 1-1, tasking complete. Our RTB has been found. 2 objectives secure. Copy. Tiger 4, flight is 3. Inbound for exit. Our UAV is orbiting the area. Good effect on target. Securing objective Charlie. Enemy securing Bravo. Advantage. Take it home. The enemy took Bravo. Taking Bravo.
Watch your fire, idiota!
Securing objective Bravo.
Death will have to wait. Tome GG. Target down.
Secure Bravo. Capture 2 objectives. Friendly bomb drone active. We're taking Bravo. Enemy securing Alpha. Securing objective Bravo. We control Charlie. Secure Bravo.
Check fire!
Enemy taking Alpha. We control all objectives. Secure the perimeter. Losing Bravo. Our UAV is orbiting the area. Enemy taking Charlie. Friendly UAV on station.
Watch your fire, you
We've lost Charlie. Friendly sentry online. Securing Bravo. Hostile counter UAV overhead. Securing Charlie. Our UAV is orbiting the area. Taking Charlie. UAV ready to deploy.
On your six.
We hold all objectives. Keep it secure.
That UAV online and opening
Throwing
the AO.
flash grenade!
Enemies taking Alpha. Objective Alpha is
Swapping
compromised.
mag.
Get enemy secure. Hostile UAV in
Semtex
the
out.
area. Securing Alpha. Objective Charlie is compromised. Get it back. We're losing Bravo. Objective Alpha.
Check fire!
Friendly cruise missile approaching
Hold on,
target.
gotta beat ya! Pushing from the rear. Switching mag!
Bravo.
Watch out, incoming! Bad guys!
Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Friendly care package inbound. Friendly bomb drone deployed. We're taking Bravo. Hostile SAE in your position. Friendly UAV on station. Enemy securing
Scratch
Alpha.
one!
Securing Bravo. The enemy holds two objectives. Secure those positions. UAV ready for tasking. Friendly SAE on the way.
Requesting recon flyover!
Securing Charlie.
Changing mag!
Take it out. Securing objective Charlie.
Flash out!
Objective Charlie secured. Securing objective Bravo.
Watch your fire!
We're taking Bravo. Enemies taking Charlie.
Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
We're losing Charlie.
Take cover!
Friendly UAV online. We've lost Charlie. Enemy securing Bravo. We're on the advance. Keep the pressure up. Solid copy. Tiger 4 launching SAE. Ready to deploy. We're losing Alpha. Securing Charlie. Friendly care package on the way. UAV on station. We've lost Alpha.
Troops in contact!
Enemy taking Bravo. Friendly bomb drone is online. All Sabre, mission accomplished.
Sergeant J used to always make some wild stuff up. Particularly on this day, he was checking our bags and receipts to make sure we didn't buy anything we weren't supposed to have. Me and Craig walk up to Drill Sergeant J, and this is how the conversation goes. DSJ, Jake, Craig, get the fuck over here, bitches. We run over there with our bags. DSJ, you queers get any loot or anything you know you ain't supposed to have. Negative DS. DSJ, Jake, here's what I want you to do. Go in there and get a play girl so you can have Craig read it to you while you jerk him off. Roger DS. DSJ turns to the other drills. I told you they were faggots. Get the fuck out of my face, you dick-beating weirdos. Soldier gets a letter from his wife. DSJ, hey bitch, why does your wife like these two fingers? Holds out his hand with index and middle finger extended. Calls they mine. Another story. One they platoon. All blindfolded in the chat. DS asks us which one of you fuckers likes sugar cookies. No one says anything besides the one guy. We all call the blue.
Kill confirmed.
He says I love them
EKIA confirmed.
Flash grenade!
Taking effective fire!
Drop!
Enemy KIA.
Throwing Semtex!
Enemy
Throwing
UAV
flash
over.
grenade! Flash incoming!
Watch your fire! Switching mags! Enemy signal is coming!
That one's well nice.
Standing by. Deck secure. Kill confirmed. SAM ready to launch.
Covering you!
UAV orbiting the AO. Recon is online.
Watch your throwing grenade!
Good hit. Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Attack! Flash grenade!
Our UAV is orbiting in the area. EKIA confirmed.
Got one! Throwing smoke! Flash incoming!
Enemy has the lead.
Check it out!
On active.
Tossing smoke grenade!
Enemy UAV active. The enemy is gaining ground. Put them in.
Target dismissed!
Убейте подтверждено.
Switching mags!
Cover deployed! Enemy incoming! What's your mark? Tossing smoke grenade!
Hostile cluster mine detected. Enemy UAV active. Hostile pistol overhead. Return to base.
I went to Pi, but my buddy who's a DI in San Diego said that his friend pulled the following. His recruits were drilling outside, and one recruit broke bearing to look at a pelican. The DI walked up to him and said, "You want to look at the bird? Good, go get me a bird then." So the DI looks back at the platoon, and lo and behold the kid actually comes back with the fricking bird in hand. Put the fricking bird down. He blew up a bit. So apparently the kid was crying as the pelican was wailing and trying to set himself free. LOL. Our militia's compliance. This isn't really a one-liner but a lack of a certain line when I was in airborne school. So we're all geared up in our chutes and sitting in this giant hangar building waiting to jump. After you get rigged up the black hats, instructors are super strict about nobody moving so it doesn't mess with their equipment. We had a Marine in our class and he raises his hand. SGT airborne. Can I use the bathroom? Negative airborne, we're about to jump. 15 minutes go by. SGT airborne. Can I use the bathroom now? No airborne, save it for after we jump. Like 10 more minutes go by and this dude has magiters. SGT airborne. Can I please go? I'm about to pee myself. Number. Sure as crap. After he gets denied, this dude immediately hops up, does the same jump drill we've been practicing for 3 weeks, including extending his arms up to check his notional parachute, and sounds off with a loud and thunderous airborne and immediately starts pee himself. He was also in the Marine Reserve uniform, so it was very visible. LOL.
Domination.
Enemy
is taking Bravo. We are taking Bravo. Securing Alpha. Enemy is securing Bravo. Securing objective Alpha. Securing Charlie. Enemy is taking Bravo. We are taking Charlie. We are losing Bravo. Enemy is taking Charlie. Bravo. Enemy UAV overhead. Securing objective Bravo.
Taking effective fire!
Switching leg!
We are losing Bravo. Enemy is securing Bravo. Secure Bravo. UAV
Target down.
Kowski.
Requesting recon flyover. Recon overhead.
UAV is on station.
Enemy in the area. Decoy mine set.
Enemy is securing Charlie. We are losing Bravo.
Coming.
Enemy is taking Bravo.
Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Enemy is securing Bravo. Bravo. We are losing Charlie. Friendly airstrike on the way. We are losing Alpha. Securing objective Bravo. The enemy has captured all objectives. Securing Alpha. Securing objective Alpha. Friendly VTOL entering this sector. Secure objective Charlie. Secure Bravo. We are taking Bravo. Securing objective Bravo. We control Charlie. Secure Bravo. Taking Charlie. Enemy UAV active. We are taking Bravo. We are losing Charlie. Secure Bravo. We have lost all objectives. Failure is not an option. We are taking Charlie. Hostile UAV in the area. We are taking Bravo. We are taking Alpha. Securing Charlie. Securing objective
Pulsing
Bravo.
smoke grenade. Semtex out.
Securing objective Alpha.
Stun grenade. Nice.
Flashing coming!
UAV overhead. We are taking Bravo. Enemy is securing Charlie. Securing Alpha. Enemy UAV active. The enemy has captured 2 objectives. Hostile cluster mine active. Hostile UAV in the area. We are taking Alpha. Enemy UAV active. We are taking Charlie. Control Alpha. We are losing Alpha. Hostile motion SIE. Report to field. Fight back. Securing objective Charlie. High alert activated. Alpha. Securing objective Bravo. Securing Charlie. The enemy controls 2 objectives. Push. Enemy is taking Alpha.
Throwing smoke.
Bravo.
Cover deployed.
Don't shoot me!
Objective Bravo
Got
secured.
one. Hostiles here.
Enemy is taking Bravo. Our UAV is in the area. Hostile care package deployed. Enemy is securing Bravo. We're losing Bravo. 2 objectives secure. Friendly airstrike in the AO. Enemy securing Bravo. We are taking Charlie. We are losing Alpha. Enemy is securing Alpha. Hostile airstrike incoming. Enemy is taking Bravo. The enemy is Bravo. Enemy is taking Alpha. The enemy has captured all objectives. Securing objective Charlie. Enemy UAV overhead. Securing objective Bravo.
Throwing Semtex! You're not leaving me yet!
We are taking Charlie.
Don't worry, I got him.
Friendly VTOL on station. Securing objective Charlie.
Taking effective fire! Flash incoming!
Is active. Secure Bravo. Securing objective Bravo.
Cover deployed!
Enemy securing Bravo.
Reloading!
We are losing Bravo.
Target's here!
Hostile UAV in the area.
I'm taking
Enemy
fire!
is taking Bravo.
Tossing smoke grenade! Semtex! Flash!
We have secured two objectives. UAV online. Enemy is securing Bravo. We are losing Bravo. Objective Bravo is compromised. We are taking Bravo. Losing Alpha. Securing Charlie. Enemy is securing Alpha. Deployed. Enemy is taking Alpha. Secure Bravo. Losing ground. Hostile mortar strike near your position. Hostile cluster mine detected. We are taking Bravo. Enemy UAV active. Securing objective Bravo. Mission compromised. We have defeated.
Said something along the line of they don't want our blood type, and our MTI asked if we are HIV positive. Navy, 2017. I can tell you the amount of sauciness your drill instructors have has not changed. We learned real fast that you had to run everywhere you went and respond. You acknowledged the order. Coming, petty officer. Bulls, you won't be coming for the next 8 weeks. But don't worry, I'll take care of your girl for you. My RDCs said things like, I don't need to know what gets you off, well that's great, but are you going to be where I want? This dude in our platoon was a straight butthole. Scrawny, loudmouth bully from New Jersey who had these weird hairs at the top of his ears. Anyways, after weeks of bullying some gay recruit, this was before the don't ask, don't tell repeal. The recruit complained to the chaplain and the company 1SGT made our whole platoon go to the company formation area when he found out. 1SGT proceeded to destroy the bully, and he said something I'll never forget. How are you going to make fun of others when you look like a freaking Ewok? I let out a small chuckle. I was at the very back, away from 1SGTs, and my DS noticed and just gave me this I'm going to freaking kill you death stare. So I quickly played it off as a coughing attack. Either I sold it quite well or he forgot, but nothing happened. I guess it's not that funny, Renegade. You had to be there to truly appreciate the gold bomb my 1SGT dropped. We had just practiced camouflage painting our faces and Brady told another recruit, you look
hard point. Target area located. Secure the hard point.
I'm taking fire! Loading! Throwing stick!
Get that!
Target sighted!
Locate the next hard point.
Don't mess with
Enemy
these compass!
UAV overhead. Location updated. Capture the hard point.
Got your back!
We've lost the lead.
Flash, cover your eyes! Tossing smoke grenade!
Hostile counter UAV overhead.
Effective fire!
Enemy care package incoming. Enemy personnel at the hard point. Hard point relocated. Stand by. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hard point relocated. Secure the target area.
Happening your six.
Watch your fire!
Allies deployed. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by. The enemy's taking the lead.
Semtex!
Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area. UAV active.
Watch your fire!
Final minute. Hostile cluster mine detected. UAV ready for tasking.
Contact!
Copy. Hardpoint relocated. Stand by. Your operation mission complete. Stay sharp. Friendly UAV online. Location updated. Capture the hardpoint. Enemies inside the perimeter. Final 30 seconds. UAV ready to deploy. Enemy personnel at the hard point. Copy that, UAV. Friendly counter UAV is on station. Locating the next hard point. Get ready. Hostile UAV in the area. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target. Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Enemy in the area!
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Hostile cluster mine active. Mission complete. Solid work.
We're not finding him today. Let's go home. Well said. It'd be kinda hard to face all of those wrecks to respond to this. 1. Be a soldier. 2. Be in a country against the US. 3. Be in actual combat. 4. Survive it. 5. Go on Reddit and find this post. +6. Want to write a response. While I cannot speak from experience, I'm an American. I can relay something my father mentioned to me a few years ago. He was a Marine during the conflict in Grenada and he was also active during the First Gulf War. He has never gone into great detail about his combat history, and frankly I wouldn't want to have him rewarp those memories. But he did mention one time how you can see a man's fear before you see him. Kind of cryptic, I know, but that one statement says a lot. He mentioned how you could hear them yelling and that the yells were not the confident kind. He meant that these men knew they were about to fight Americans, with all their fancy toys and extreme training. They knew that the Marines were coming to kill them. My dad always told me that one of the greatest weapons our military has is the image that we conjure in the minds of our enemies. While it is one thing to fight someone who you feel is an equal or lesser match to you, it is a completely different scenario to fight someone who you truly feel is a monstrous force of war. I can't speak for the other branches strictly because I don't have a close personal relationship with someone who is enlisted and I have never enlisted. However, I can tell you that my father and all of his brothers are absolutely vicious if brought into an aggressive situation. They knew that the Marines were coming to kill them. In Grenada, the Marines were only supposed to take the top 10% of the island.
Team deathmatch.
Effective fire!
Hostile SAE.
Target sighted! You're firing! Loading! Check fire! Linda, got one. Going We're even, for now.
Copy. UAV is on station. Recon online.
We're swapping mags. Watch your firing. Taking effective fire.
UAV is exiting the AO. Mission accomplished.
New Marines cause they thought we were special forces. We had a bunch of new gear chest forces. They ended up in on their cell that day. But fought for it. I remember seeing a man, an enemy I guess, die a fairly pointless death, though I was at a comfortable distance I suppose. I can't confirm it, but I know he was a man with a hungry family who was paid a meager sum to take shots at the Iraqi police. They mowed down his house. There's quite a bit I still carry with me from Al-Anbar province, though it has been years. I suppose part of me always understood how fundamentally unfair life can be, but never as much as when I was over there. Now every yellow ribbon and thank you for your service carries a residual guilt that I have difficulty communicating. I'd like to think that if I could remake the world, it wouldn't be as such. After all, what would I do in his place? Probably the same. The world is full of decent men in indecent situations. I suppose the worst part is the inability to effect any meaningful change. TLDR, aimed at all of mother. I think the fact that there's hardly anyone talking about fighting against the US should be taken as a sign. My great uncle flew a 6M0 Zeke fighter aircraft for the Japanese Imperial Navy. He survived one attack on an American carrier task force but was wounded and relegated to light duty.
Domination.
He described his time seeing the US fleet.
We're losing Bravo. Securing objective Charlie. We're taking Charlie.
Shit! Going sticky! Don't mess with me, compa!
Securing objective Charlie. Secure Bravo. Enemy taking Bravo.
Semtex out!
Securing Bravo. We're losing Bravo. We're taking Charlie. Enemy securing Bravo. Securing Charlie. Charlie secure. Enemies taking Bravo. Our strike is inbound. Friendly UAV on station. Hostile UAV in the area.
Contacts incoming!
We're taking Bravo. Securing objective Bravo.
Watch your fire, idiota! Oh, shit!
Securing objective Alpha. We're taking Alpha. We control Alpha.
Target destroyed!
We're losing Alpha. Secure Bravo. Securing objective Bravo. Bravo secure. Securing Bravo. We're losing Bravo.
Under fire!
We're taking Charlie. Enemies taking Bravo. We've lost half the field. Fight back hostile mortar strike near your position. We've secured 2 objectives. Enemy securing Bravo. We're losing Bravo. Friendly UAV on station.
Flash, cover your eyes!
Enemies taking Bravo. Securing Charlie. Securing Bravo.
Switching mags! Flash out!
So inbound.
Semtex out!
We're losing Bravo. UAV taking Bravo.
Requesting recon
Taking
flyover!
Charlie. Friendly mortar strike inbound. Securing Charlie. Enemy taking Bravo.
Throwing grenade! Rest in the area!
Enemy securing Bravo. Objective Bravo is compromised. Securing objective Charlie. Secure Bravo. Enemy taking Charlie. The enemy took Charlie. We're taking Bravo. Objective Bravo secure.
Throwing flash grenade! Watch out! Incoming! Oh, going sticky!
We're losing Bravo.
Semtex incoming!
Enemy taking Bravo. Enemy securing Bravo. Objective secure.
I'm taking fire!
We've lost Bravo.
Right here!
advised. We're losing Bravo. Securing Charlie. UAV ready to deploy. Enemy securing Bravo.
Copy that. UAV online.
Objective Bravo is compromised. We're taking Bravo. Friendly UAV online. Securing objective Bravo. We're taking Bravo. Objective Bravo secure.
UAV is bingo.
Enemies taking Bravo. Enemy securing Bravo.
Group the contact!
Right on the way. We're losing Bravo. Objective secure. Enemy securing Bravo. Taking Bravo. We've lost Bravo. Enemies taking Alpha. Secure Bravo. We're taking Charlie. The enemy holds all objectives. We're getting our asses kicked. Bravo secure. Enemy taking Bravo. The enemy captured all objectives. Fight back. We're taking Bravo. Enemy UAV overhead. Secure Bravo. Mission compromised. We've been defeated.
It will haunt me forever. If you've never been in combat, it's not that your shot hit its target. You hear bullets WHHRRT past you. Smack into something near you. Ground/wall/tree/vehicle/etc. And you get behind cover. You then start yelling to your squadmates about where you collectively think the incoming fire is coming for. Sometimes it's obvious, but usually it's not. You're even more fucked if you're in an urban/semi-urban setting where there are non-combatant civilians running around. Worse still when you simply can't tell the difference between the two. You're trying to not die. You're trying to leave cover, acquire a target, shoot that target, and then get back behind cover before someone sees you and shoots you. This does not leave a whole lot of time for pondering how old your target is, what their motivations are, or how long they've been a soldier. Mix this in with the kids, who would run around trying to pick up brass in the middle of a firefight, and it's just a hot, chaotic mess. I didn't want to die, so I shot back. Most people who have been in combat will tell you something similar. I wouldn't say it was unique, because every day in itself was always something new and the child may not have been a soldier. I was the medic riding in the back right seat of a Humvee back in 09. I saw a child about 10 plus/minus 2 years of age from the back seat of his parents' Mercedes, which was at my 3 o'clock. Pointed 9mm at my gunner, whose fire sector was to my 9 o'clock. I immediately opened my window and aimed my M4 and let the convoy know what I'm seeing. Gunner's turn and a shot came from the Humvee in front of me, and hits the car. No one was hurt. The reason I didn't fire is because I could see that he didn't have the instinct to pull the trigger. Had he been 7 years older and carrying himself like he knew what he was doing,
Enemy contact!
Kill confirmed. We have the lead.
Semtex out! Throwing flash grenade!
We've lost the lead. Enemy.
Drop them!
We've secured the lead.
I'm with you.
has the lead. Check secure. Kill confirmed. We have the lead. EKIA confirmed. Friendly cluster mine planted. Hostile UAV in the area. Care package inbound. We've lost the lead. New supply online. Confirmed. Enemy KIA. Ready for tasking. Enemy UAV overhead. Friendly mortar strike down. Hostile SAE incoming. Secure the lead. Enemy UAV active. Beautiful personal. Enemy has the lead.
UAV is taking fuel.
UAV overhead. Hostile mortar strike in the area. Secure the kill.
What's your back? Go! Cluster mine deployed! I'm taking fire! Cover deployed!
Tag secure. Kill confirmed. Confirmed one.
Switching mags! Enemy suppression mine destroyed! Flash out!
Enemy care package incoming.
You're shooting friendly!
Hostile strike in your position. Hostile UAV in the area. Hostile missile overhead. The enemy is taking ground. Push them back. Secured the kill. Убейте подтверждено. Enemy UAV active. failed. Return to base.
I saw one of my Iran strangle a cat just to He ended up going to jail when he got back because he tried to pull the gun out of an officer's holster. I should have checked him into the psych ward days before that happened. An early morning salvo of 3 rockets blew a tent near my hut to bits while I was in Afghanistan. I ran over to the Hexco bunker in my sleep. After I had come to a little bit, I was checking what I had with me. This is the part that I've never really shared with anyone else. But I didn't notice for a minute. I only had on my combat shirt, Kevlar, and weapon, and then was completely nude from the waist down. And number 3232, and number 3232. I was porky pigging it while tea was blowing up around us. It's all I could think about. I felt really awkward about it. Even though I've seen and been seen naked by everyone there, I think I just really didn't want to be caught up in a fight without pants. It was racing through my mind. If there's a perimeter breach, I need to get to my Foot Locker first and get some pants on. I was rehearsing it in my mind. Haha. Luckily the laundry tent took the brunt of the attack. But that really put us back on clean clothes for a bit. Convoy was stoked in some dirt village. Sun was starting to go down. All the kids and females went into the building about 15 yards to my left. Bunch of pickups came into the village full of military-age males who then went into the field and a couple of boxes of groups and scattered around various covers and buildings with set boxes. Gee, I wonder what is about that.
Team deathmatch.
Rats out! Requesting recon flyover.
Copy that. UAV is on station. UAV is being refueled. RTB at this
You're shooting friendly!
Supply. Enemy UAV active.
I'll cover you!
You have the lead. Enemy UAV overhead. We've lost the lead.
Look around!
Enemy UAV active.
I'm taking throwing flash
UAV
grenade!
overhead.
Throwing Semtex! Grenade!
Friendly precision airstrike inbound. Cluster mine planted.
Deployed! Check fire! With you till the end. Incoming!
We have the lead.
Throwing Semtex!
Secure the lead.
over! Throwing Semtex! You'll have to deploy flash grenade!
Enemy spotted! Took him out!
Reloading! Cover deployed!
UAV standing by. Hostile cluster mine deployed.
Flash incoming! Flash covering us! Requesting recon flyover.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
SAE standing by.
Throwing Semtex!
UAV is being refueled. RTB is dispatched.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Solid copy. Sparrow 6. Launching SAE.
Friendly UAV online.
Solid hit. Good effective target.
Making effective switching.
Mission is complete. Good work.
I could have done, but it still haunts me. Sometimes when I go out for a smoke, I still remember how he would ask me for a cigarette because he had misplaced his own. So I'll light a cigarette for him and place it on the side of the ashtray. That's my way to remember him. Edit. A big thanks to all who replied. You made my day. Hell, you made my week. Close bracket. Joking answer. A shit ton of dicks. Seriously. Infantrymen are like little kids. Always running around butt naked. Serious answer. We were ordered to shoot bayonet any bodies we came across because the militia had a habit of playing possum only to kill coalition troops later. Well, in Iraqi summer heat, after a few days of laying there, the bodies will puff up. They get super bloated and just nasty overall. But you can't always tell. Especially if they're all covered up. Well, when you shoot bayonet kick a bloated body, they tend to pop, and out comes the nastiest smell of the disgusting liquid pus goo. Jesus. Nothing smells that bad. And the goo pus gets all over your boots, or uniform, or rifle, or God help you, your mouth. Much vomit was spewed forth. Many memories cemented forever. Edit. 9 times out of 10. It was easy to think they were dead.
Match.
You're shooting friendly! Loading fresh mag! Check your fire! corre más.
UAV active.
Semtex out!
Friendly UAV online.
Check fire! Semtex out!
Hostile UAV in the area.
Fire!
Hostile cluster mine detected.
Semtex!
Enemy is gaining ground. Enemy UAV overhead. Hostile mortar strike near your position. Hostile counter UAV overhead. Hostile cluster mine active. Hostile UAV in the area. Our UAV is orbiting the area. Enemy UAV active. UAV online. Friendly UAV on station.
Enemy fighter here!
UAV ready to deploy.
Copy. UAV orbiting the area.
Attack!
Friendly counter UAV is enemy supporting counter UAV. Hostile UAV in the area. UAV is orbiting the area. Enemy UAV active.
I have your back!
Mission compromised. We have defeated.
And then retreated back to Iran to have a feast. Needless to say, I hear and think about how a company of men invaded Saudi Arabia for McDonald's. Suicide bomber blew himself up in a crowded restaurant. 40 people dead instantly. 150 wounded. Due to the fact that it was a civilian matter, we were ordered to let the Iraqis deal with it. They had no ability to in the slightest, and we watched as they bled to death of simple injuries. I remember a child watching me from about 20 feet away as he bled out. I saw father cradling his son who had taken the full force of the blast and was nothing more than a leaking sack of charred meat. Worse, I saw Iraqis just not care. I lost my faith in that war right there. Not a soldier myself. No. But my grandpa was in Korea for a while. about it much, but sometimes he'd just bring it up out of nowhere. One day we're talking about football or some bullshit and he looks out the window from his chair in front of the TV and says that one time he and his guys were on one side of a deep ravine and they saw a person in the woods on the other. They knew North Koreans were in the area, so they were going to shoot the person and keep moving. But before they could shoot, the person turns and they see she has
Hard point.
Throwing flash! Semtex out!
Target area confirmed. Get to the hard point.
Throwing sticky! Flash out!
I'm the convoy commander.
Son of your family! Semtex incoming! Enemy spotted!
Stand by. Inside the perimeter. Target area updated. Move to the hard point. We're in the lead. UAV in the area. The lead is ours.
Cover deployed! Semtex!
Fly activated.
Linda, got one.
Confirm
Semtex
next hard point.
incoming!
Stand by. Friendly contact in the AO. Line destroyed. Location updated. Capture the hard point. Enemy UAV overhead. Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Friendly UAV online. Target area. The hardpoint. Enemy counter UAV is active.
They tagged me!
Enemy UAV active. Hardpoint compromised. Secure friendly UAV on station.
Check your bloody fire!
this sector.
Copy. UAV is on station. Recon online.
Semtex out!
Our advanced UAV is online.
Throwing stick!
Capture the hard point.
Sniper stuff! Dishonor your family! Shot charge
Our
out!
counter UAV is active.
Cover deployed! Semtex out! Throwing flash!
Inbound. Our point is located. Stand by. Our UAV is orbiting the area. Target area updated. Move to the hard point.
Covering your six!
Hard point compromised. Secure the area. 1 minute left. Friendly UAV on station. Stand by. Location updated. Capture the hard point.
inspiring. Not quite the same, but about 10 years ago I caught my dad screaming at the TV. This freaking butthole got his own show. He was such a piece of crap when we were kids. He would beat you up for your lunch money, push you for no good reason, take your toys. And based on the way he acts now, it does not seem like he grew up much. He was talking about Paul Tuchel Sr. from American Choppers. I grew up with the golds on hardcore porn, and they are snobby people. So I had a similar thought process when I saw the show. We met at a bar where a large number of our high school class happened to be. He described me as his archenemy. I realized I hadn't even thought about him in 10 years. She got the whole middle school through junior high to call me gay. I was not gay. She is. She came out of the closet right after high school. AWW. She secretly liked you and hoped you were a lesbian too. I was a jerk in high school. Then I went through the karma-mandated fat phase. Made a guy's day when he saw me at work. I went from pretty dang fine in high school to man the hormones. I am also nicer. He came in and said, wow, fanciful unicorn, and I said, yeah. Does this make it feel better? And spread out my arms. He responded, heck, yes. You were a B, I said, sorry. I was pretty immature. And then we talked like normal adults. Moved to a new school in 7th grade and was doing fine. Making friends.
Domination. Enemy is taking Bravo. Enemy is securing Bravo. We are taking Charlie. Shit. We have lost Bravo. Objective Charlie secure. We are taking Alpha. Bravo. Securing Alpha. Securing objective Bravo. Enemy is taking Charlie. I'm taking fire. Hold two objectives. Get them secure. I'm taking fire. Alpha. Enemy is securing Charlie. We are taking Bravo.
Endure.
Secure Bravo. Losing Charlie. Secure those positions. Hostile UAV in the area.
Taking effective fire.
We are taking Bravo. Securing objective Bravo. Resupply online.
Enemy. Requesting recon flyover.
Copy that. UAV on station.
Taking fire.
Securing
Watch your
objective Charlie. Securing Alpha. Secure Bravo.
Grenade. Stun grenade.
UAV is being fuel. RTB at this time.
Enemy UAV active. We are taking Charlie.
You're shooting friendly.
Hostile UAV in the area. Securing Charlie.
Back to me. Oh, too close.
Securing
Send out.
objective Charlie. Securing objective Bravo.
Enemy in the air.
Securing objective Alpha. Securing Charlie.
Throwing Semtex.
We are taking Bravo. Charlie secure Bravo. Enemy UAV active.
I'm taking fire.
We are taking Bravo.
Semtex out. Enemy in the area. Throwing flash grenade. On the high. I'm with you.
Hostile counter UAV overhead.
They tagged me.
Securing objective Bravo. The enemy has captured two objectives. Move to secure.
Red out. Slide.
Bravo secure. Enemy is taking Bravo. That's online. We've lost half the field. Fight back. losing Bravo. Friendly partner deployed. We control two objectives. Enemy is securing Bravo. We are losing Bravo. Enemy counter UAV is active. Enemy is taking Charlie. Friendly airstrike on the way. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy is taking Bravo. We are losing Bravo. Hostile airstrike coming. Securing Charlie. Bravo. Securing objective Bravo. Secure Bravo. Push the offensive. UAV ready to deploy. Securing objective Bravo. UAV ready to launch. We are taking Bravo. We are losing Charlie. Secure Bravo. Enemy is taking Charlie. Objective Bravo secure. Enemy is securing Bravo. Enemy UAV overhead. Securing Alpha.
UAV orbiting the edge. Good effect on target.
Stay in the fight. Out.
Enemy is taking Bravo. We have secured two objectives. Securing objective Bravo. We are losing Charlie. Secure Bravo. Enemy is taking Charlie. Securing objective Alpha. Enemy holds two objectives. Get them secure. Enemy is securing Charlie. We are taking Bravo. Hostile crew incoming. Hostile counter UAV overhead. Enemy UAV active. Hostile UAV in the area. Securing objective Bravo.
One enemy.
Enemy UAV overhead. We are losing Charlie. Enemy UAV active.
has an issue. Fair enough. He worked hard to lose some weight over the summer, blah blah blah. Enters sophomore year, ends up having the coach as his history teacher. Great, he thinks. He can be a good student and hopefully get on the team. Wrong. This adult man decided to call my father names related to his weight and harass him in front of the class. Not cool, but my dad was too proud and never said anything. Ended up making varsity his sophomore year because of a coaching change. Fast forward about 5 years, my dad was working as a bouncer at a bar in a nearby town to where he went to school. It was a regular night when who walks in? Jackass history teacher. Perfect. He thinks I'll let it go. Be professional. Until he recognizes my dad as the chubby kid who was a coward. My dad looks at him and says, "Sir, I think you've had too much to drink. It's time for you to go home." The coach is saying, "No, I'm fine, etc, etc." My dad grabs him by his shirt and says, "No, it's time for you to step outside. You have had too much to drink." The coach decides to swing at my dad, and that's when he loses it. He states this is for all the kids who called fat you piece of crap and proceeds to beat the tar out of him.
Domination. Securing
Throwing
objective
flash
Bravo.
grenade!
Securing objective Charlie. We're taking Bravo. Objective Bravo secured. Taking the lead. We're losing Charlie. Securing Alpha.
Throwing stick! I got you back! Taking effective fire! Scratch one!
Enemy securing Bravo. Enemy securing Charlie.
MW2. Target down!
We control 2 objectives. Bravo.
Assault rifle here.
Enemy taking Bravo. Losing Bravo. We've secured 2 objectives. Enemy securing Bravo. We're losing Charlie. We're losing Bravo.
I'm taking fire!
Changing mag! Back out!
We're taking out.
Switching mags!
Securing objective Alpha. Enemy securing Bravo.
Throwing
Enemy
sticky!
securing Charlie.
Flash, cover your eyes!
Enemy taking Bravo. Our UAV is orbiting. All objectives secure. Hold what you got. Enemy taking Charlie.
Fire! Contact! Take fire! Linda, got one. Changing mag.
Enemy
On your
securing
six.
Bravo. We're losing Charlie. We've lost Charlie. Hostile cruise missile launched. Securing Charlie.
MW2. Didn't see me coming, did ya? Casi me llega el diablo. Don't mess with me,
Setting
compas.
mine!
Friendly VTOL on station.
Shit, bad guys!
We're losing Bravo.
Contact!
Friendly UAV online. We control 2 objectives. Enemy taking Bravo.
Landing mine!
Friendly counter UAV is on station.
Switching mag!
We're losing Bravo. Enemy securing Alpha.
Flash out!
We're taking Charlie. We control Charlie. Enemies taking Charlie. Enemies taking Bravo.
Septic's out!
Securing Alpha. You're halfway to mission enemy. Enemy securing Charlie. Enemy securing Bravo.
Target area marked. You're cleared hard.
Enemy taking Bravo.
I'm getting stitched up.
Enemy taking Bravo.
Linda, got one.
Enemy taking Bravo.
Requesting close air.
Enemy securing Bravo. Friendly counter UAV online. We're losing Bravo. Friendly cruise missile approaching target.
Throwing flash grenade.
UAV is bingo.
We're losing Charlie.
Running low.
Enemies taking Charlie. Hostile UAV in the area.
Flash coming around. Requesting recon flyover.
Copy that. UAV on.
Enemies taking Bravo.
Effective fire.
Enemy securing Bravo.
Watch your fire, you idiot.
Enemy securing Charlie. We're losing Bravo.
UAV.
We're losing Charlie. Our UAV is orbiting the area. Enemies taking Charlie. Enemies taking Bravo. We're losing Bravo.
Throwing flash grenade.
Friendly sentry. Securing Alpha. Standing by. Hostiles deployed a sentry. We're on the advance. Keep the pressure at enemy securing Bravo.
Copy that. UAV opening the area.
Bravo. Enemy securing Bravo. All saber. Mission accomplished.
Would make reference to me being developed continuously. On many occasions over the year, people would laugh at me as a result of a comment she made. At the time, time I didn't think she was trying to be vindictive, just trying to jeer me into doing better in the class. Nonetheless, I'm sure it did have some impact on my self-esteem. Fast forward 8 years, I am running a college pro painting franchise. Standing in the customer's driveway getting supplies out of the back of my wicked awesome Chevy Lumina minivan. Mrs. Censored walks by, recognizes me and says, "Oh, I'm so glad you got a job. You know, I could have told you were going to go into a manual labor trade. You were never really focused in as flat a tone as I could."
Nigga. What?
Yo, I'm live streaming right now. I'm gonna turn it off now, though, actually.
Oh, you getting up?
No.